Kingdom, and this is a map. My wife's an artist and she would die if I was showing this, but however it is a picture of the United Kingdom. About 3 years ago, the leader of our Evangelical Alliance said to me that he thought something fundamentally different was happening in unity. We've had a top-down approach to unity, churches together movement. The bishops tell everyone how this should happen. It happens on the ground, but it's pretty dead. He thought something different was happening, so I was tasked a day a week just to go and find out about it. And what I found out over the last 2.5 years is that in 100 plus cities and towns, there's something quite beautiful happening in our country. From Newcastle down to Middlesbrough, down to York, down to Manchester and Liverpool and Chester and Stoke and around the Midlands area and Bristol and Plymouth right down there, Southampton and Winchester. We found 28 of the 32 London boroughs have some form of unity happening. Now this has happened without anyone else knowing. Now some knew about each other, and Lloyd had done some work in connecting some folk together as well, but generally, you know, folks down here in the south didn't know what's happening in the north, so it hasn't been a fashion thing. Okay, it hasn't been the latest fad. It's just happened. God has been doing it. So we found out in York they've been praying together for 13 years, every single week on a Wednesday morning. When I went to the prayer meeting, I thought I arrived early. I thought they put out too many chairs. It must have been a meeting the night before, but they hadn't, because 75% of the church leaders of York came together to pray every single week. It's a phenomenal movement. So God's been doing great stuff, built on three fundamental things which will be the same for you guys: friendship, relationships, all the time, people finding people, people working with people long term. I've been in my city for 26 years, so you kind of know. The average age in Southampton Unity Movement, there are 12 leaders of it. The average age of being in the city is 17 years. So after that, you get to know each other. You get to build those relationships with each other. So when the leader of one of our movements, his wife, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, the first group to pray within a few days were the leaders of the Unity Movement, who came around to pray for her. Their denomination did not show up. Their denomination has not shown up in 2 years. So something different is happening, you see, where you're finding the relationships locally that actually the denominations are not providing. Prayer, of course, the regularity of prayer, the days of prayer, the all nights of prayer, the weeks of prayer, and so on and so forth. Prayer, prayer, prayer. Intercessory ministry has been vitally important. And then mission, resulting in mission, which has a unity with a purpose. Built on the same kind of thing.